What's good? We back. It's the Boss Clanker Moore putting in that work. Y'all know what it is. Your boy CJ Goodfella. And I was looking at Black Fight Fan. He did a video, real short, simple, and sweet about that. Keith Thurman may be one of the fighters that Bob Arum was talking about. He was engaged and talking to from the Premier Boxing Championship side. And we did a video. I'll link it in the description. Me calling, Keith Thurman may be one of the fighters that may been engaged in talk with Top Rank and had positive talks about signing with Bob Arum and Top Rank. And maybe it's starting to add up, like Black Fight Fans say, this is just a hypothesis that he had and I had a couple weeks ago. And now looking at the situation, all of a sudden, there's an injury on Keith Thurman's side. I believe Keith Thurman may be one of those fighters that Bob Arum might have body bagged or cashed in or bagged up and may be close to bringing him over to Top Rank. And, you can't blame people for saying it because obviously everything that Keith Thurman has symbolized and produced out and the energy he has put out towards Errol Spence is that he don't want that smoke. Even when Errol Spence is 15-0, people sense some tentative and some feminine type tendencies towards from Keith Thurman towards Errol Spence. And would it shock me that Keith Thurman, put an injury in and got out that date and might slide over to ESPN Top Rank and liked his chances versus Terrence Crawford more? No, it wouldn't shock me. Like Bob Arum say, he found a loophole after suing Al Heyman, which is that, Premier Boxing Champion fighters, the vast majority of them don't have a promoter. Some do, like Lou DiBella promotes Deontay Wilder. And you got Mikey, got some other guys that may have a promoter here. Danny Jacobs with Matchroom USA. You may have a few. But, I think Keith Thurman doesn't have a promoter. I've been hearing Lou DiBella, but I don't think that's true. I think he's one of those promotional free agents. And, it's been stories about how Bob Arum will put the bag of money in front of you and make you make a decision right there. The reason how Arum is still able to get black fighters to come over there and fighters to come over to him is the simple fact of he has a platform, he has opportunity, he has money. The money that he fronts you, that's what fighters don't understand. The money that he fronts you, it may seem like a lot of money now, plus the fight money you might get on fight night, but that's a damn near lifetime contract that you with Top Rank and Bob Arum. You can't really leave them because, once you get to your last fight, they want you to sign an extension, they put you on a shelf, and then you got to pay $250,000 or pay legal fees for 2 or 3 years before you're able to get your career back on track. And that's what they don't understand. The money that they front you, like Adrian Broner said, I went over to Bob Arum's house, I believe he said. He went over to Bob's house, and Bob had a shitload of money he had ready for him to sign a contract, and he said he didn't do it. He didn't do it. It didn't make sense. And, for Keith Thurman, and the hypothesis that me and Black Fight Fan are both having, that really made me kind of my mind work a little bit different when his video said that, maybe, Keith Thurman, there's no, no X-rays and no nothing, no him with his hand wrapped up. There's no pictures been put out there. And, that's his personal preference, his personal, issues, whatever. But, I just find the timing kind of fishy that Bob came out about 2 weeks ago and said that he'd been engaged with some PBC fighters and they fair game and he's trying to bring them on. And a lot of people think they just so loyal to Al, but when enough people if Bob is able to put enough money in front of anybody's face, they going to take it. Will they regret it later on? Possibly so or possibly not. But Keith Thurman just has those feminine tendencies that I believe that, he going to do that. He going to avoid Errol Spence by any means necessary. And at that point, man, you can't be a fan that's that dumb not to believe that if he does go over the Top Rank, which is no rumor, just us putting two together, making a hypothesis, educated guess. People who don't know what that is. But, if he does that, it's still going to be fans that just say he ain't ducking Terrence Crawford. Ducking Errol Spence. He just wants to fight the best in Terrence Crawford. And like he said, he get very confident when he talk about Terrence Crawford. He sounds very bold. He sounds very confident. He's a small guy. I beat him up. And he likes his chances versus Terrence Crawford way more than he likes his chances versus Errol Spence. And if he does that, man, that's his what he walking. I can't tell a guy how to feed his family, but at the end of the day, I'm not surprised, man. These new fighters are just something else. And as far as the new fighters are being something else, the new fans, the new boxing fans are something else as well. Supporting all this duckage and all this crazy talk and stuff of that nature. And if Keith do this, man, Keith has lost every ounce, milliliter, everything of respect for me, man. If he does this to get away from Errol Spence, he better not ever say nothing else. I won't support Keith Thurman for shit unless he fight Crawford. I would be done with him if he jumped ship so bad that he didn't want to fight Errol Spence so bad that he jumped the top rank. And that might kind of give some light into why Steven Espinoza was defending him at the round table they had with Showtime. Because he wants to keep Keith Thurman happy. He wants to keep him on Showtime. They want to do the Errol Spence fight. And Errol Spence said today with Black Fight Fan Apart, an interview I caught, that they promised Errol Spence, the powers that be, that the Keith Thurman fight would happen. But if Keith Thurman bolts over the top rank, shit, that complicates that shit so much. Because I find it fishy at the time of that hand injury. I really do. And we could be completely off base, completely wrong. And that's the nature of the beast. I could be completely off. Black Fight Fan could be completely off. We could be wrong. So that's why it's just, point of view, hypothesis, educated assessment, guess, whatever you want to call it. But I just find it very funny at the timing of this. If he goes over there, man, power to him. You're going to be fighting on, the ESPN Plus with all the great pound-for-pound S-champions fight on for $5 a month. And, I'll be very, very shocked if he did after how, Bob Arum and Top Rank, the stigma or how they portrayed it to promoting black American fighters. But like I said, if somebody put enough money in front of your face, the average Joe Smo like Keith Thurman going to take it and run with it. And Keith don't mind fighting on the app long as that money right. Keith don't mind fighting twice a year long as that money fight. Shit, Keith would rather just fight once a year. Because that's what he's been doing. But if Keith signs with Top Rank, man, he dead around here, B. He dead. He dead, And he just basically jumped promotional ships or jumped sides to get away from Errol Spence. And that just show you how much fear they got of that man if he does that. But like I said, there ain't no real traction to that, man. I think maybe Keith is really injured, and maybe his mama got to wrap his boo-boo up and put it on ice, and he'll be back in a couple months. But if he does sign with Top Rank, I hope they strip the fuck out of him of both of them belts. Maybe Bob can promise him a Pacquiao and a Terrence Crawford fight, and I think that's enough for him to jump ship with a big signing bonus. Like I told you, they put all that money in front of Adrian Broner before Broner was really Broner. So, Bob needs some depth at the welterweight division, and Keith Thurman will bring that. He will bring an instant impact to that division. And, it won't shock me what some of these fighters do today. You got the fans supporting Anthony Joshua and his ducats. You got some fans supporting Keith Thurman. I mean, shit, man. Sometimes it is what it is, man. But I want to give a special shout out to the University of Michigan, a university I've been rooting for since I was yay high. Punching their ticket to the NCAA championship and winning their first round with a Final Four game versus Loyola Chicago. Shout out to all of them and the sister Nunn. They had an amazing run. But it's go blue time. And it's our time to shine. Look like we're going to be playing Villanova. That's going to be a tough battle Monday night. But hopefully you guys enjoy Easter Sunday and enjoy the whole weekend and the time off at work.